Maybe your eyes have just opened, but your heart is still somewhere between anxiety and exhaustion. You're not sure there's anything to be grateful for today. Nothing is obviously wrong, but nothing feels enough to bring you peace either. There are mornings like that when you no longer have the emotions to pray, but you still know you can't live without prayer. This is a morning devotion for moments like these. Not to teach you to believe more, but to let you know you are allowed to be tired, allowed to be weak, and still loved. Some hopes don't shout in the crowd, don't rush in to rescue you like a miracle. They just quietly stand in the corner of the room, in a Bible verse you once skipped over, in a fragile breath you just let out without collapsing. If you feel like you're standing at the edge between giving up and holding on, then this morning, prayer is the place to pause. Not to become stronger, but to be held. To be pulled gently closer to Him, even if just a little. God doesn't need you to feel faithful to move. He is still there, even in the emptiest mornings. Even when you have no words left to pray, He has already begun whispering, "I'm still here, and I still have a plan." If there's only one thing this morning motivation could be, let it be this: you can still have hope. Not because you're strong enough to hold on to hope, but because hope is holding on to you. And if these words touch your heart, leave a comment. "I'm still here, Lord." It's an answer to God, and also a word of encouragement to someone quietly searching for a reason to keep going. And in that silence, where I just began to sense your presence again, something in me has shifted. Not the circumstances, not the problems disappearing, but the way I see it all. Despair is no longer where I have to stay. It's just a place I've passed through. Darkness is no longer the room I must live in. It's just a temporary cloak, and it's time to let it fall. Because when you step in, everything begins to shift. The fog in my mind begins to lift layer by layer. The things I once thought were the end, you call them a beginning. And I know, it's time to rise. Not to prove anything, but to keep living, as someone who's been rescued, healed, and held by the one who never changes. Lord, now I am ready to say the words I once couldn't bring myself to say. I still have hope, and I will no longer walk like someone who has already given up. Yet this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. Because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed, for His compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations 3:21-23. Lord, this morning I come to you, not in strength, but in deepest need of you. This is my morning prayer, not because I'm ready, but because I cannot take another step without you. I'm tired, not just the kind of tired that comes after a long night's sleep, but soul-weary, where no amount of rest can reach. There are days I smile while feeling empty inside. Times I pray without expecting anything to happen. Moments I stand in the morning light, yet still feel like I'm walking through darkness. And in those moments, even the word hope feels foreign, like a language I once knew, but have since forgotten. But then, your word touches me. You say, "Because of my great love, you are not consumed. My mercies are new every morning." Not when I live better, not when I feel strong again, but this morning, right now, in this fragile, doubting version of myself. So I come to you not bringing anything polished, only truth. Lord, some nights refuse to end. Some sorrows hang over my heart like thick fog. I've tried to rise so many times, only to be disappointed again. And I'm afraid nothing will change. Afraid that life is just an endless loop of hope and letdown. But somewhere, small and faint, a part of me is still whispering your name. Because you are not only the God of mountaintops, you are the one who descends to the depths with me. You see the tears shed at midnight. You remember the silent battles I never dared to share. That's why this morning prayer before you start your day isn't a bold declaration of faith. It's just a trembling hand lifted up, a whisper, "Help me," from a heart still brave enough to believe you're near. I don't need a morning devotion that makes me ashamed of my weakness. I need a prayer that lifts me from it. I need your presence, not theory, not scripted phrases, but you, truly you, sitting beside me, saying, "I'm still here." Because you are hope. You are the first light after a long night. Lord, Maybe I don't see anything changing around me yet, but I'm beginning to feel something shifting within. Not loud, not clear, but something is gently stirring in the deepest place of my heart. A small hope, like a candle flickering quietly in the night. A new breath I didn't know I still had. A whisper from heaven saying, "You haven't reached the end of the road." Oh, Lord, if today I can still kneel, still read scripture, still whisper your name, then that is already a victory. Because many times I thought I couldn't go on. I sat in the dark and believed I'd never see light again. But right there, you began doing something wondrous. Not with thunderous noise, but with gentle kindness. You didn't shout, you whispered. You didn't drag me up with force. You knelt and sat beside me in the rubble I was carrying. And from that place, I began to rise. Not because I am strong, but because you are holding me. Lord, I know people are listening to this morning prayer with eyes still wet from last night. They've just faced loss, betrayal, or feel like everything they've built is falling apart. They're listening with broken hearts, with empty hands, with a future that looks foggy ahead. But would you touch them, just as you've touched me? They don't have to be strong. They just need to be weak enough to stop pretending. They just need to open their hearts a little, and you will come in. And when you step in, darkness begins to retreat. Because you are light, you are life. You are the one who can rebuild what has been shattered. You are the one who can call out dead dreams by name and bring them back to life. You are the one who spoke to Ezekiel in the valley of dry bones. Prophesy. And as he spoke, bones began to connect. Breath was breathed in. Life rose again. I believe you are still doing that today. On the very field of dry bones within my heart. And in the heart of the one reading this morning's devotion. So please, breathe fresh wind. Restore what was lost. Say to us, I'm still here, and I'm still doing a new thing. Lord, I don't need a lightning miracle. I just need you to hold my hand through each step. Even if it's slow, even if it's shaky. As long as it's with you, I can keep going. This is my morning prayer, not just to start a new day, but to start again with you. Because this isn't just a morning prayer before you start your day. It's a powerful prayer that brings a heart back to life. Lord, I don't know what today will bring. I don't know where the road ahead leads. But what I do know is this: I will no longer walk like someone lost. I've let fear lead me. Let feelings take the wheel. Let old wounds choke out every dream. But here, in the middle of the ruins, I hear your voice. And that voice has the power to bring the dead back to life, to call my name in a crowd and still the trembling in my soul. So today, I will walk not because I am strong, but because I trust the one who is. I don't know which doors will open, but I know you are the one who holds the keys. I can't be sure the road will be smooth, but I know the one who walks ahead. I'm not asking for all the pain to vanish, but I know that no pain is ever wasted in your hands. This is my morning prayer before you start your day, where I surrender not just the day ahead, but also my fragility, my worry, and all that still needs healing. And I believe you never take lightly what I place in your hands. Lord, today, give me eyes to see what you're doing, even if it's just a small sign. Give me a tender heart that won't miss the sacred in the ordinary. And let me walk with expectation, not because my circumstances allow it, but because you are worthy of it. And if, at any moment today, I begin to doubt again, if I feel like giving up again, please remind me, you never abandon us mid-process. You are the author and the finisher. Father, turn my heart into soft ground, where hope can take root, where faith can begin to sprout, where love can bloom once more. Don't let me live off memories of what you once did. Let me live in expectation of what you are doing and will do. Because my hope is not in emotions, not in people, not in outcomes. My hope is in youth, one who never changes. This is a powerful prayer, not because the words are strong, but because it rises from a soul that was once shattered and is now touched by you. And it is you, not me, who is the reason I can keep going. I'm not just starting a new day. I'm starting my faith again. I'm standing up not as I was, but with a heart that is softer, deeper, and more full of hope. This is my morning motivation, not from the world, but from the one who has overcome the world. I declare this, with every ounce of weakness and every ounce of conviction in me. My hope is in the Lord, and nothing, no one can take that away. I praise you. I surrender this day to you, and I walk forward not alone. In Jesus Christ's name, Amen. Lord, this morning I chose not to live by what I see. I choose not to walk by feelings. I choose not to place my hope in circumstances, but in the one who never changes. I declare, I am restored. I am rising. I am still alive, and I am living with purpose. Even though last night I wanted to give up, even though my tears soaked the pillow, even though I believed hope was for someone else, not for me. But now, I stand here, daring to proclaim this in the face of everything uncertain. My hope is real, and my hope has a name: Jesus. He is a strength in my weariness. He is light in the darkness where I once wandered. He is the way when every path led to a dead end. He is the beginning, even after all the endings. This is not a morning prayer, just to recharge. This is a powerful prayer because it shifts the mind, transforms the spirit, and restores who I truly am inside. And that is the deepest miracle of all. I don't need everything to be perfect to live full of hope. I just need the one who will never leave me, and I have found him. So I will not retreat. I will not collapse in silence. I will not let any lie make me forget the truth. You are moving. You are sustaining. You are leading me, step by step. This morning, I stepped out of the shadows of doubt. I enter this day not with fear, but with gratitude. Not with a burden, but with open hands for the new. This is my morning motivation drawn from a promise that never changes. If this prayer has touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Leave a comment. I choose hope. That is how you plant a seed of faith into today. And if you know someone who needs a ray of light for their soul, share this morning prayer as a spiritual gift. You can also like, subscribe, and follow this channel so you won't miss the next prayers. Because maybe just one powerful prayer each morning, it could change your entire journey.